In strong relationships, cherishing your partner isn't just something that happens naturally. It's something you choose to do. It's an intentional act. Seeing the good in your partner, appreciating their presence, and valuing who they are, even when things aren't perfect. Hi, I'm Kathleen, and I'm a relationship therapist and coach, and I help couples connect. Today, I want to talk about what it really means to cherish your partner and how to do that, especially in those seasons when love feels harder to access. Because cherishing isn't automatic, it's a choice we make again and again. And let's be honest, cherishing isn't always easy. There are moments and sometimes long stretches when it's hard to feel warmth or tenderness. You might love your partner deeply, but still feel distant, guarded, or tired. And that's okay. It happens in every relationship. What matters is what you do with those moments. Because when cherishing feels hard, that's your cue to turn inwards and towards each other, not to blame yourself, but to gently get curious about what might be blocking connection. Let's look at a few common things that can get in the way of cherishing. First thing, unspoken or unresolved hurts. When we carry emotional pain that hasn't been acknowledged, whether it's from our partner or from the past, it can harden into resentment. And resentment doesn't leave much room for tenderness. It builds walls. Healing can only start when that hurt can be named and expressed with honesty and care, not to get over it, but to create enough space for connection to grow. Next, old protective habits. Many of us learned early in life to protect ourselves by shutting down, becoming critical, or trying to control the situation. Those patterns that once kept us safe are blocks in intimate relationships. Part of growing in love is noticing when these old strategies are at play and gently practicing something new. Openness instead of withdrawal, curiosity instead of control, softness instead of defense or anger. There's real emotional courage when you do that. It takes real emotional courage to stop those old patterns. Scorekeeping and entitlement is another one. It is so easy to fall into that quiet mindset of, why should I give more when they don't? But that kind of mental accounting can turn your relationship into a battleground. Cherishing doesn't mean ignoring your needs or tolerating imbalance. It means choosing to value your partner, not because they're perfect, but because you've made a conscious decision to nurture the relationship. Another barrier to cherishing is emotional and physical exhaustion. When you're depleted, overworked, sleep deprived, it is really hard to access warmth or patience. Taking care of your own well being, getting rest, setting boundaries, tending to your own emotions isn't separate from your relationship work. It's actually foundational to it. So when you notice yourself becoming closed off or disconnected, pause and reflect. And ask yourself, what's going on for me right now? Is there a wound that hasn't been acknowledged? Am I telling myself a story about my partner that leaves no room for their good intentions? And what would it look like to lead with care, even just a little bit? And then make one small intentional move toward connection. It might look like offering a kind word when you're tempted to be sharp, or expressing vulnerability instead of criticism, or simply noticing when your partner is doing something right instead of what they're doing wrong. Cherishing doesn't mean pretending everything's fine. It means choosing to keep your heart open enough to see the good that's still in your relationship and to nurture it. Cherishing really does start with you. It's not about giving without limits or overlooking your own needs. It is about taking responsibility for the way you show up and deciding again and again to value your partner and the relationship you're building together. When you do that, you create a space where connection has room to return. And even in the hard seasons of your relationship, you can begin to remember what brought you together in the first place. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of your heart, your connection, and each other. And I'll see you next time.